Okay, guys, I'm seeing grass, forest, lots of ground in all directions. All good signs so far. Aha.
Verdict says, definitely not our world. You owe me 2 iron, Lucas. Pay up.
Okay. Here.
Told you it was a dumb bet.
Oh, who asked you?
Oh, come on, can't you hear it?
Spooky forest?
It's the sound of a new adventure. I bet this place is gonna be awesome.
I hope you're right.
Well, I for one vote that we not be so hasty to try and get out of here. Who knows what sorts of treasures this new world could hold? Besides, unless the next portal is disguised as a tombstone, I'm not seeing it anywhere near here.
You guys see some sort of shape over there?
Yeah. What is that?
Let's find out. It says invitation. And then read immediately, your life depends on it.
They're the leader of the Order of the Stone and the destroyer of Witherstorms. It's Jesse from Minecraft Story Mode. Come on! Minecraft Story Mode! The game that gave Minecraft a full-length story and even had an episode starring some of your favorite Minecraft YouTubers? That Minecraft Story Mode? No one? For the unfortunate 40 of you who've never even heard of this game, Minecraft Story Mode was the very first spin-off game from the Minecraft series that debuted in 2015. Developed by Telltale Games and published by Mojang, it was a story-driven experience that proved that even a world made of blocks can have a compelling story. The game follows Jesse and their friends, who start off as just an average adventurer in a humble treehouse and go on to become the greatest hero in the Minecraft universe. From fighting against the terrifying Witherstorm to going against the corrupted admin, Jesse's journey is all about making tough decisions and overcoming the odds. And today, Jesse will be put to the test as they go against their fellow blocky brethren and a whole new cast of heroes on the Super Smash Bros. Roster. So starting off, Jesse would be a midway class fighter. They'd have 2 jumps and would be able to crawl. But now, let's dive into their costumes. For Jesse's default appearance, it'll be the male version of Jesse with a white shirt and red suspenders. For the first alt, it'll be the female Jesse with her blue overalls and red and white shirt. For the second alt, it'll be another male alt, but this time he wears green suspenders and a black shirt. Then for the third alt, the female Jesse gets a turquoise shirt and brown overalls. Now for the next 4 alts, this will have both the male and female Jessies in different armor sets that they can get throughout the course of Minecraft Story Mode. And for those of you who are wondering how that'll work, don't worry, it wouldn't affect the damage they received, it's just for cosmetics. As for those armors, the first will have Jesse in a black, gold, and red armor, which references the redstone engineer, Eligard. Then the female Jesse gets a green armor that references the master griefer, Magnus. Then for the 6th alt, Jesse gets an entirely white suit of armor. This references one of the major characters introduced in episode 8 of season 1, known as Tim.
Actually, Tim's not real.
Whoa, Jesse, no spoilers! And the final alt will have the female Jesse in a light blue armor. This references one of the minor armor sets that Jesse can get at the end of episode 4 in season 1. Now with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the moveset. Now before I begin, I do need to address something. I know that a lot of you, if not all of you, are probably assuming that Jesse will be an Echo Fighter for Steve. Considering the fact that they both exist in the Minecraft universe, it would make sense for them to have the exact same moveset, right? I'm sorry, but with all due respect, if you actually think that, you either haven't played Minecraft Story Mode, or you don't know what makes it different from Minecraft. Let me break it down for you in case you're having a hard time understanding. You see, Steve's moveset is meant to reflect the overall theme and gameplay of Minecraft by having a mine for materials on the surface of the stage. When he gets materials, he can essentially craft his entire special moveset by either placing blocks, using a minecart, or building a TNT trap. And despite what some people think about his overall tactics, his moveset very much represents the essence of what makes Minecraft, well, Minecraft. However, Minecraft Story Mode is a very different style of game than that of Minecraft. Sure, the theme of building and crafting are a crucial part to the game, but it applies in a very different context. Unlike regular Minecraft, where it's in a much more literal sense, Minecraft Story Mode uses the theme of building and crafting with its story. In layman's terms, the game's building and crafting elements come from your decisions that you make throughout the story. So no, Jesse will not be an Echo Fighter for Steve this time around. With that being said though, Jesse will still have the theme of building and crafting for their moveset, but it'll be a different style than that of Steve's. And another thing, for most of Jesse's neutral attacks, Jesse will be utilizing different weapons of different rarities from Minecraft Story Mode. So starting off with the jab, it'll be a 3-hit jab where Jesse punches the opponents 3 times. This attack is pretty weak and has a pitiful range, but the last hit will deal more damage and knockback than most jabs. The reason for that is because he'll be equipping the Prismarine Gauntlet from Minecraft Story Mode Season 2 for the final hit. For the dash attack, Jesse rushes forwards while piercing their sword forwards like a spear. This move launches foes pretty far, but has a tiny hitbox. For the side tilt, it'll be a combo based move that will change if you either press the attack button once, twice, or 3 times. All the hits will involve Jesse swinging an iron sword forwards, but what changes every time you swing the sword will be the damage dealt to opponents, as well as the launch power of the move. For the down tilt, Jesse will equip a diamond pickaxe and pick at the ground in front of himself. This attack deals a surprisingly large amount of shield damage and can even spike opponents if this move was used on the edge of the stage. Unfortunately, this move does start with a tad bit of start lag. For the up tilt, Jesse will present the opponents with one of their most prized possessions in the entirety of Minecraft Story Mode.
This!
Flint and steel? I don't get it.
It's not... That's not what I meant to pull out. Hold on. This!
Yep, Jesse will present the opponents with an amulet that was given to them at the beginning of Minecraft Story Mode. But instead of using it to guide them to the members of the Order of the Stone, Jesse will be using it to send the opponents high into the sky. This move comes out pretty quick, but doesn't deal a whole lot of damage. Now for the forward smash, Jesse will swing a diamond sword forwards from high to low. As you might have guessed, this smash attack is incredibly deadly, as it has the capability to KO foes at early percentages. Unfortunately, not only does it have a tad bit of start lag and a tad bit of end lag, but it also has a pretty short reach compared to most smash attacks. For the down smash, Jesse will strike flint and steel on opposite sides of himself. But what you didn't know was that this flint and steel has a powerful enchantment on it, which causes the flames to deal more damage and grow higher than usual. Despite this looking and sounding like a pretty reliable down smash, there's a tad bit of start lag and a tad bit of end lag. For the up smash, Jesse will pull Palma's redstone heart from the ground and hold it above their head. This is a surprisingly strong smash attack that can launch foes pretty far, but there's a lot of start lag and a lot of end lag. For the neutral air, Jesse will swing the iron sword a single time, similar to Steve's neutral air, hilariously enough. And just like Steve's, this attack can be spammed if you hold down the attack button or rapidly press it. For the forward and back air, Jesse will swing a diamond pickaxe either forwards or backwards. While it may look and sound like Steve's, it's a lot stronger and has the capability to spike anyone on the back air. For the down air, Jesse will throw some ignited TNT that explodes on impact, whether it landed on an opponent or on the ground. If it wasn't obvious, this is arguably one of Jesse's strongest aerial attacks, but because Jesse throws it downwards, it does count as a projectile, so be wary of using this move against foes with reflectors. And finally, for the up air, Jesse holds Gabriel's amulet in the air again, but this time it lights up, which causes multiple hits of damage until the final hit. But where Jesse decides to battle is with their special attacks. Okay, this is where I'll be emphasizing the crafting and building elements of Minecraft Story Mode and introduce Jesse's biggest gimmick. Unlike Steve's crafting gimmick, which reflects the main gimmick of Minecraft, Jesse's gimmick will be reflecting one of the most important mechanics of Minecraft Story Mode: decision making. To summarize, the main gimmick of Minecraft Story Mode revolved around the player's decisions, and depending on what the players chose, it would change the overall course of the story. For example, in the first episode of Season 1, Jesse had the decision to rescue either their friend Petra or their lifelong hero, Gabriel the Warrior, from the Witherstorm's tractor beam. Depending on which person they chose to save, the following episode would have either Gabriel or Petra greet Jesse at a temple that they were hiding out at. This means that depending on the players' decisions, they could craft and build their story to their tastes. So to properly represent that in a Super Smash Bros. Setting, Jessie here will have the ability to choose between one of two different types of specials for all of their special attacks. You see, as soon as Jessie activates any of their special attacks, a small select screen will appear above Jessie's head with two different options that Jessie must select. These two different options will change depending on the directional input that Jessie used. So in total, Jessie will have a grand total of 8 different special attacks. I know what you're thinking. 8 different types of specials? That sounds like an absurd amount for one character to have. However, just because Jessie has so many different specials, that doesn't mean that the Jessie player will be able to switch between the different specials at will. Just like in Minecraft Story Mode, whatever crucial decision you make will affect the entire story, so you can't go back and change whatever decisions you made in the previous episode. You've got to keep moving forward. So just like that game, once Jessie chooses all of their specials, they are unable to change their specials for the rest of the match. This means that Jessie's overall tactics will severely change depending on their decisions that they'll make when choosing what types of specials they use in battle. So for Jessie's first neutral special, Jessie will equip a bow and shoot an arrow forwards. If it wasn't apparent, this bow mechanically works similarly towards Link's bow and arrow, where Jessie can simply tap the special button or hold it down. Simply tapping the special button will have Jessie shoot the arrow, which comes out pretty quick but doesn't deal a whole lot of damage or travel that far. However, if you hold the special button, then Jessie will charge the arrow, which not only increases the range of the arrow, but it also causes the arrow to deal way more damage than before. While it still may sound like Link's, I am adding something extra to this move. While the special button is held down, Jessie can move the control stick into any direction to aim where they take their shot. Despite this sounding like a pretty reliable special to use, the arrows do count as projectiles, so be wary of using this move against opposable reflectors. Not only that, but the arrows themselves are gravity affected, which means that it could actually land back to Jessie if they aim directly upwards, so please be careful. Now for Jessie's second neutral special, Jessie will craft a fishing rod and fish out some cheap combos. This fishing rod acts like a kind of grab that Jessie can use to, well, grab the opponents. Once the rod is out, it remains on the ground until a player walks into it or when Jessie presses the special button again, whichever happens first. If a player happened to have stepped onto the rod, then Jessie will automatically roll them in and can use any of their other attacks to finish the job. So this move is great for combo setups. The downside with this move is that this move will fail to grab opponents if they happen to have been shielding. Not only that, but it also cannot grab items, so keep that in mind. Now for Jessie's first side special, Jessie will place down a structure block that they got from Minecraft Story Mode Season 2. In case you didn't know, the structure block was a type of block that could create either an offensive or defensive wall in mere seconds. And for Smash, it'll act no different. Now in terms of which type of wall Jessie will build when placing the structure block, they have a different option for each side special. The first option they have is the Tower of the Warrior. Despite it sounding like an actual tower, Jessie will create a wall that will automatically shoot out arrows when a player is nearby. The arrows themselves deal a surprisingly good amount of damage, but I should also mention that this wall is mostly for offense and not for defense, as this wall can easily be destroyed if it takes a total of 20% of damage. Not only that, but the arrows themselves do count as projectiles, so it could be pretty easy to take out the wall if you use the arrow on someone with a reflector. You can only have one Tower of the Warrior at a time, and it'll automatically disappear after 15 seconds have passed, so keep that in mind. Now for Jessie's second side special, Jessie will place the structure block again, but this time it creates the Wall of the Builder. Unlike the Tower of the Warrior, the Wall of the Builder is purely for defensive play. It doesn't cause damage to anyone in its path. Despite sounding lame, it's actually pretty useful for blocking enemy attacks, as this wall can only be destroyed if it deals a total of 50% of damage. And considering the fact that this wall is 5 blocks high, that means that the players will be forced to either break through the wall or to jump over it. So this wall can be useful for all kinds of defensive tactics. The downside with this wall is that it'll automatically disappear after 10 seconds have passed, and Jessie will be unable to use it again until another 10 seconds have passed, so be mindful of that. Now for Jessie's first down special, Jessie will build an enchantment table and enchant all of their weapons. Once enchanted, all of Jessie's neutral attacks will deal slightly more damage than before. So think of this slightly like Steve's crafting table gimmick. However, unlike Steve's, the enchantments will reduce the amount of launch power by 0.1%. In other words, all of Jesse's neutral attacks won't launch foes nearly as far as before. Not only that, but the enchantments themselves will only last for about 20 seconds at a time, and you can't use your down special again until an additional 20 seconds have passed, so keep all that in mind. Now for Jesse's second down special, Jesse will be equipping a potion of leaping that Ivor gave them in episode 6 of season 1. Once the down special is activated, Jesse will drink the potion of leaping and immediately gain a jump increase that lasts for about 15 seconds at a time. Then, once the potion's effects wear off, Jesse will have to wait another 15 seconds until they can drink another potion. The big problem with this special is that Jesse will have to wait 3 seconds until the potion's effects start to kick in, which means that players could easily interrupt Jesse when they were trying to drink the potion. Now for Jesse's first up special, Jesse will craft a slime block and place it on the ground beneath himself. Mechanically, this up special behaves like Mega Man's Coil Rush, but there is one key difference. Unlike Coil, who remains on screen until Mega Man lands back on the stage, this slime block will remain on screen indefinitely until either Jesse places a new one or if a player attacked it, whichever happens first. Not only that, but just like in Minecraft, depending on the height the player jumped from, they will be sent higher into the air. Despite this move sounding pretty reliable to use, it doesn't send Jesse all that high if used in the air, so make sure to use this move wisely. And finally, for Jesse's second up special, Jesse will throw an Ender Pearl into any direction by using the control stick to aim. Once the Ender Pearl is thrown, it behaves like a gravity affected projectile and will automatically teleport Jesse once it hits either the stage or an opponent, whichever happens first. From there on out, Jesse is freely able to use any of their other attacks, so long as it's not their up special again. Despite this move sounding pretty good, its main flaw is that it's gravity affected. This means that there is a pretty good chance that the Ender Pearl will teleport you in a spot that you weren't aiming for. Not only that, but the biggest problem with this move is that if the Ender Pearl was reflected off the screen, then Jesse will unfortunately lose a stock. On the bright side, the Ender Pearl won't immediately send Jesse into the blast zone if they accidentally threw it off stage. It only does that when an opponent reflected the Pearl into the blast zone, so keep that in mind. Overall, I feel like this moveset very much reflects the decision-making aspects of Minecraft Story Mode. However, instead of impacting a story based on your decisions, you're impacting the course of a match based on what you decide to go with. And now, for the final smash. Jesse's final smash will be the Wither Storm. This will be a cinematic final smash that starts with Ivor appearing to build a Wither Storm. As soon as he places the command block into place, it creates a massive shockwave that will deal damage to all players. Anyone hit by the shockwave will be sent into a cinematic. The cinematic starts with the players landing in a Minecraft field, when all of a sudden, the Wither Storm appears and starts bombarding the players with fireballs and tentacle swings. Then, after about 5 seconds of this madness, the Wither Storm uses its tractor beam to swallow the players alive, ending the cinematic. But that's not all. Once the final smash ends, the players who were caught in the cinematic will get a temporary poison effect that lasts for 10 seconds, ending the final smash. This final smash references the iconic Wither Storm from the first 4 episodes of Season 1, while the poison effect references the Wither sickness that affected either Gabriel or Petra, depending on who Jesse decided to save in Episode 1. The stage of choice is Endercon from Minecraft Story Mode Episode 1. This stage's layout is reminiscent of the Garreg Monastery stage in Smash, where it's a flat surface with 2 shops on opposite sides of the stage. But unlike that stage, these shops are made out of Minecraft blocks, which can only be destroyed 1 block at a time. Once the shops have been destroyed, they reveal 2 hidden platforms that will move from left to right on the occasion. In the background, you can see various Minecraft Story Mode characters cheering on the players. And also on the occasion, the Wither Storm itself will cause havoc in the background by destroying a majority of the backdrop. Similar towards regular Minecraft, Minecraft Story Mode doesn't have a whole lot of upbeat songs, so most of these songs will have to be remixed. In total, 32 songs will be included, 31 of which will be remixed. And that would be if Jesse joined Super Smash Bros. It's a shame that so many Minecraft players don't remember this hidden gem of a game. Say what you want about its cheesy and somewhat cliche moments, but it was an amazing Minecraft spin-off that proved a silly game about blocks could have an interactive and interesting narrative. With its unique characters and unique world building, pun intended, Mojang could easily give this game another go. Whether or not they will though is unclear. There is definitely some potential for sure. Anyways, do you have a character you'd like to see be given a Smash moveset? If so, let me know in the comments down below. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe? That way you can get notified when I put out any Super Smash Bros. Moveset videos. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.